the waiting room. That was Chris yesterday.
I saw the new Beetlejuice.
I did too. We can talk about it in
Wonderful.
movies that are fucking annoying news.
What?
Okay, I'm barely in the shot.
Hi. Well, that's your fault.
Everything is my fault. That's my wife. Alright.
Zing.
Zangers! Okay, here we go. Let's go. We have a Wednesday full of news. Or there's at least a couple things we can talk about.
Uh-huh.
Are you ready?
Let's see. How does that sound?
Check, check. 1, 2, 1, 2.
Wow, it sounds really good.
Okay, let's
It's
go.
almost like we know how to do this.
Let's go. Let's
Okay, what's up, everybody? This is the world's greatest action sports podcast, the Monday M.A.S.S, a.k.a. the Wednesday something.
go. Why were you... Okay, so you need to explain to everybody why we're doing this on a Wednesday.
Okay, I can do that. All right, so it's October 16th, and I went to I'm a grown-up. I went to a music festival for grown-ups. And it was this wild idea I had with my friend Brandon Parkhurst from Sunbender and Cut You Up and I. It was called the Best Friends Forever Festival in Las Vegas. And this is not something I normally do. I'm not like a Coachella guy. I don't like do that stuff. But the lineup was too good to miss. So flew out on Saturday morning early, got to Vegas, and just ramped it up. The first band we saw was called Phony, and they were amazing. They kicked us into gear. It was super hot. It was like 100 degrees in the day. So enjoyment of the music was done from the shade. Karate.
Yep.
Braid.
Yep.
Braid was
Kicked
insane.
ass. They look like they kicked ass.
Built to spill. So then the sun goes down, perfect temperature. But you're drinking tons of water. You're just trying to keep up. Built to spill. The mighty Unwound. And then that was our first night. I think we were in bed by 12:30. Still a long day by anyone's imagination. You're in and out of the casinos and the sun and everything. The next day we got there, later on in the day, Murder City Devils, the Get Up Kids.
How are the Get Up Kids?
The Get Up Kids were awesome. Super tight. Met the bass player. Met a bunch of the people in the bands because this was like a festival for grown-ups. Everybody there, most people there, let's say, were like our age, age appropriate. Everybody's super cool, plenty of space. It wasn't like you weren't getting smashed up in front of the thing. Like there was a VIP area, so it was just really, the layout was great. It wasn't oversold. It was awesome. Best band of the entire weekend, the Jesus Lizard.
Really?
Oh my god.
Better than Sunny Day Real Estate.
Dude, the Jesus Lizard, David Yao started the set, and you just tell the dude was like a tiger out of his cage.
Wow.
Went immediately into the crowd. Crowd surfed for like 5 minutes and did not miss a lyric. Sang everything perfectly.
Holy
somehow. Shit. They just sounded so good and so like sharp and punchy. So the Jesus Lizard won the festival. I think I'm going to be writing an article for Inherent Bummer. I got a bunch of photos and stuff.
Sick.
So when that comes out, we'll let you know. But it was awesome, and it was it really wrecked me for a couple days.
You know.
Yeah,
That just seems to me
that
like...
sounds like your worst nightmare.
It
huh?
does.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I hate
Look, I got a shirt.
I hate Warped Tour.
Jesus Lizard.
Sick.
Yeah, it was, as far as music festivals go, it was survival mode, a lot of it. Even when you're not, like, getting super wild, you're just out in the elements. And then Vegas itself takes a lot of your mental capacity as well. So it was radical, but it was super awesome. And congrats to the festival promoter people and people that put it on, because it was, like I said, it was like a fun, age-appropriate, awesome music festival.
Cool. Sounds
We'll
boring.
go back. The Monday M.A.S.S is presented by Sunbum at Sunbum. You know I used a lot of that Sunbum over in Las Vegas, and my most important piece of Sunbum merchandise right here. The chapstick.
The chapstick.
The chapstick.
Yeah.
Whenever you go to Vegas or anywhere like that,
You don't want
the
scaly
chapstick
lips.
is key.
Scaly lips will do you in.
This is my favorite right here. I love the like light purple Sunbum chapstick. I don't go outside without it. Anywhere ever. Spy Optic at Spy Optics. You got these new goggles. Do another demonstration for us.
You want me to take the lines off?
Yeah.
Okay.
I just want to see how easy it is.
See these little levers on the side?
Yeah.
This is the Marauder
Pop.
SE, which is a smaller edition.
And like the
And you just take it off. Just take it right off it.
Take it off. It's like the what did the Insane Clown Posse said? Magnets?
How the hell do they work?
Is there magnets?
There's magnets in here.
Wow.
All the new Spy stuff is up on the site. They just launched. All of the new products are up and live now,
Awesome.
so you can go see that. So
I'm gonna order some new sunglasses.
these are good ones.
And
These are good
reading
ones.
glasses from
and,
Spy.
and it is winter just kind of
Crept in.
It's kind of just crept.
Not in Las Vegas. Hansen Surfboards. Actually, you can get Spy optics. You can get Sunbum, both at Hansen Surfboards, at Hansen Surf. And there is a ski and snowboard swap on November 2nd. It's coming up quick. So go to at Hansen Surf on the gram. Get all your updates. Bachon's Japanese barbecue sauce at Try Bachon's. There it is. This is the best Japanese barbecue sauce in the world.
And now you can get the dipping sauces on Amazon. You could only get
Nice.
them at Whole Foods for a while, but now you can get them on Amazon. So if you are lazy and you like the mailman to bring you your food, go ahead and order the Bachon's dipping sauce.
It's worth it.
Yeah.
I mean, it elevates just standard like chicken nuggets out of the freezer into something delicious. Machu Picchu Energy at Machu Picchu Energy. Could have used that this weekend, my friend. Could have used it.
This is it.
That's the stuff right
Motivation
there.
in a can.
Motivation in a
You
can.
don't really need to say very much more, but there's no sugar in there.
Okay. All right. Well, we're going to get to the rest of our
Okay.
advertisers in the mid-show ad block. Let's talk about surf news presented by Sunbum. Todd, it's here. The 2025 WSL Championship Tour Schedule. And it's a banger. I can say it is a banger. And a lot of the things that pockets of surf fans were upset about have been addressed.
Really?
We're not going all the way back in time to the OG start somewhere, end at Pipeline Tour.
I'm
okay?
interested to hear what
Okay.
this is going to be.
All right, we're going to break it down for you here. So, stop number 1 is going to be January 27th through February 8th at the Bonsai Pipeline in Hawaii.
Okay, that's
Okay.
a great start.
Standard start right there. But then, boom, out of nowhere, proof of concept happened in the longboarding event on the WSL. Stop number 2. So we're going past Sunset Beach by a long shot. We're going all the way to Abu Dhabi for the Surf Abu Dhabi Pro in the United Arab Emirates. That's February 14th through 16th. That's a wild switch.
Are you going to be at that one?
I hope so. I've sent my availabilities, and I hope I get the ones I want. I want that one. It's not without controversy. You know, the UAE is always going to be a controversial place to hold any events. But the wave pool looks incredible. You know, it's like it's a little bit more advanced than Surf Ranch.
It looks like the wind is a little more problematic there, though.
The wind could be an issue, but maybe that will provide for some ramps, some unique sections for these surfers.
I look forward to a lot of dialogue about the Abu Dhabi event.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a conversation starter
yeah,
for
for
real.
sure.
But it's pretty interesting that, I mean, usually in February, North Shore, that's like prime time. So tours packing up, heading into the desert, Abu Dhabi in the United Arab Emirates. From there, another switch up. Peniche, Portugal in March.
Is that weird to have that? I mean, I'm sure the surf will be quite bigger because of the storms.
Yeah, well, it's basically like, and I think spring and then fall is Portugal season.
Yeah.
So everything's shifted. And,
All right.
you know, I feel like
Seasons of
you can't count on any of the classic like times like, oh, September and October is the best time to be a surfer in California. We know that not to be true in 2025.
It's not a good time to have sunglasses.
No, it's freaking
It's
San
been sunny
Francisco
here
outside here in
frickin'
Southern California.
weeks.
So from there, then we switch it up again. We're going to El Salvador, Punta Roca, April 2nd through the 12th.
Okay.
So those are some switches right there. And then things get back to a little bit normal, right? Easter at Bells. That's standard affair. April 18th, 28th, go to Bells. They're calling this the Triple Crown in Australia. So the Triple Crown of Australia.
Tightly packed.
We're going back to Snapper Rocks, which is insane. Everybody loves that wave. I mean, it's hard to, I don't think there's an argument against having an event there. It's so rippable. It's one of the best waves in the world. We saw that in the Challenger Series, May 3rd, 13th. Margaret River, Western Australia, May 17th to 27th. So after that, Triple Crown in Australia, you've got 1 through 7. So we've added an event before the mid-season cut.
And then we castrate the field.
And then we're going to cut the field. We're going to cull it. And we're going to tell you who some more rookies in a minute, but right now, then it's cut, and then boom, summertime in Southern California, June 9th through 17th, lower trestles back in the regular season.
Wow.
You like that?
Yeah, I think that's cool.
Okay. See, I think the WSL is doing some big moves here, and they're working. They're working for the fans so far, I think. And then Brazil, June 21 through 29, Saquarema is back. J-Bay is back.
That's cool.
Regular footers. So J-Bay hasn't been on tour in a couple years. July 11th through the 20th. And then your final stop on the regular season, Chopo and Tahiti. August 7th through 16th, prime time. And then the biggest probably news dropped by the WSL in the last, well, I feel like this all as a package is the biggest news dropped by the WSL in the last couple years. But the WSL finals will be at Cloudbreak in Fiji, August 27th through September 4th. You like that?
I think it's interesting.
What are your thoughts on the entirety of the package I just presented to you?
I think it's cool. I think the having lowers early in the summer is cool. I'm interested to see how Portugal is in March, because that's still like winter fury time,
Right.
too. So they could get some crazy waves.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like there's some risks in the new schedule, but there's also some just certified bangers. And as we speak right now, I believe it's finals day or near finals day at the Saquarema Pro Challenger Series event in Brazil.
Which has been kind of an eventful little contest.
Well, this is the one kind of bummer about going to a music festival during the final Challenger Series event of the year. This is one of my favorite events to watch because this is where the drama, the tears, the passion, all these things really, really come through. You see it on the championship tour, but it's really real on the Challenger Series because this is where the dream of these surfers' lives is either coming true or slipping away. So, some big names have come through. We've got some new qualifiers. We talked about some qualifiers last episode. You can catch up there. But here are your new names. The first name is so exciting for us. Vahine Fierro is on the championship tour in 2025.
We knew it was going to happen.
Yeah, that was inevitable. And it's pretty rad because she had a heat with Yolanda Hopkins. And basically whoever won that heat got on the CT. I mean, can you imagine that? Like you're about to go out in your heat and you're like, all right, hey, just
whoever wins.
Do you tell, if you're a coach, do you tell the surfer, like you got to win this heat?
What the stakes are?
Yeah. Or do you say, don't worry about the stakes, go out there and have a good time, get some scores?
Well,
what do you do?
I think that you wouldn't. I think that if you were a good competitor, you already know the stakes.
Well, yeah, you're going to know, right?
But as a coach, I don't think that you would reiterate them.
Yeah, put it out of your head.
You need to concentrate on what you need to concentrate on.
Yeah. Okay, so Vahine, Yolanda Hopkins still has a chance. Here are some other championship tour surfers for 2025. Your rookie class is stacked. Jackson Bunch from Maui. George Pittar, 21-year-old ripping Australian surfer. He's lightning fast, super precise.
Joel Vaughn.
Joel Vaughn, dude. That's like that's going to be my pick for rookie of the year. Dude, Joel Vaughn.
I just can't wait to see the behind the scenes antics.
What, are you talking about Huey?
Oh, I'm talking about Huey. Sorry.
Yeah, well, Huey will probably qualify.
Okay.
Joel Vaughn is Huey's older brother.
That's right.
Joel Vaughn.
Well, he's going to be there.
Do you remember the alley-oop Joel Vaughn did in Saquarema last year? He did about a 12-foot alley-oop.
I remember.
He's so gnarly. Great kids. Like, really nice. Absolute ripper. And then, not a mystery anymore, but Edgar Grogia, a Brazilian surfer. So a bunch of Brazilians are back on tour. So the Brazilian storm is alive and well. Edgar is really gnarly. He's just one of those dudes, like, kind of your prototypical CS grinder. He's going to make some people nervous, for sure. And now the bad news is here are the surfers who are out. This one stings. Al Cleland Jr. Mathematically out. Morgan Sivlik out. Winter Vincent. Michael Rodriguez. Hiroto O'Hara. Jordan Lawler. This is from Stab. Stab did a really great wrap-up of that last event. Dylan Moffitt. Some of the names that are still potentials. Nadia Aristovi. She is a reigning junior world champion. She rips. Lana Silva. Yolanda Hopkins, Sophia Medina, I believe, are all still potentially in the hunt. I think there's only like 3 more spots. So I think maybe by the time you listen to this podcast, it's going to be all locked up, signed, sealed, delivered. Our rookie class will be announced. And I'm already saying Joel Vaughn, Rookie of the Year. Right. Boom. You heard it here on October something, some year. Did you watch the first episode of Stab's Electric Acid Surfboard Test starring Dave Rostovich?
No, I haven't, but I always watch all of those.
Do you remember this? I think this is going to be a really good reminder of how freaking good Dave Rostovich is at surfing.
The part that I will never forget is the
sipping jet streams.
Yeah, when he's in India under the pier.
Yes,
like that is the quintessential Rasta part.
Yeah, and that was early, like twin fin kind of mastery. One of the first guys to really take a modern twin fin and
twin finning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, this one is pretty rad, and I think one of the caveats that Rasta said before this whole thing happened, he's like, I will do it, but I will only do it if every board uses, I'll say burlap. Is it burlap? It's basically recyclable materials. So it's all environmentally conscious stuff.
Did they use resin?
Yeah.
Because I hate to tell you, anything that you use
you gotta watch
negated by the resin.
You got to watch it because they explain it better than I just explained it. But I think the bottom line here is Rasta freaking rips, and he's riding a bunch of weird boards, and that's what we want to see Rasta.
Very cool.
Ride. So episode 1's out now. I think you have to be Stab Premium to be on it. I just popped into the Inertia, and this was a pretty fun...
What's it like in the Inertia these days?
It's pleasant. It's fine. It's nice.
It's just fine, right?
It's great. And they have this fun story that this is the 10 people you meet when buying used surfboards. Do you ever buy... You don't buy used boards off Craigslist and stuff, really, do you?
Not really, no.
Okay. Are you selling?
But, I mean, I'm sure this is like... We could parallel this with people you encounter buying used snowboards, whatever. Okay, so go ahead.
So here's some of the 10 people you meet when buying used boards. The aggro haggler. They saw the Wolf of Wall Street one time, and now they think they're a power broker.
Worst. I dealt with those last time we had a yard sale. It's like, what are you trying to do, dude? You're already getting $300 off. Like, why? Like, what do you like? And they're like, I'll give you like
$2.99.
$20 less. And I'm like, what? Like, are you trying to prove a point? This isn't a fucking swap meet.
Well, it's a yard sale.
And I always just say no.
You said no, huh?
Yeah, and then they come back and they buy it full price.
Yeah. Okay. The aggro haggler goes both ways. The one who, quote, knows what they've got. It's a person that's trying to sell you a 15-year-old longboarder that's yellower than a smoker's tooth. Mm-hmm. So basically, they're like, I know what this board is. I know what this is worth.
You got to respect those people because it's like,
oftentimes they do.
Yeah, oftentimes they do, and oftentimes like they are at direct odds with the aggro haggler.
Right. They have their price, and they're like, look, this is what this thing's worth.
It's not do or die if they don't get rid of it.
Yeah.
I say, stand your ground.
The 1%er. So you arrive at the house, you check the address to make sure it's the right place. It's the biggest house you've ever seen. This is a rich person who's selling a board.
Immediately, what brand of board do you think the guy that is the 1%er, what board are you buying from his house?
It's got to be a high-performance short board.
It's a fucking Firewire. Okay? It's some Firewire. It's some like...
Or Hayden Shapes.
More like
it's like
Firewire.
It's a very new-ish board.
It's a Firewire. It's like an Omni or whatever the freaking Firewire is.
Like they bought 6 of them. And
it's 100% a Firewire.
It's not a collector's board.
It's a Slater design something.
That they couldn't ride.
Something.
Yeah.
It's exactly what it is.
But are they giving you...
The bigger the house... What
kind of price are they giving it to you?
The bigger the house, the more Slater designs they have.
Ooh, you know what? I'm in line for a new Slater design board.
Really?
Yeah. I'm ready for one. I'm ready for one of those gray ones, I think. I just want to expand my horizons a little bit. I want to get into it. I want to get all the boards.
I want to narrow my horizons.
You want to narrow your mind.
I just want to... My horizons are too broad right now. I'm looking to really narrow my horizons.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's just a few of those. That's fun.
Is there any other ones? This is fun.
Okay.
Do you have one more?
The one who doesn't know what they got. And this is where you show up and they're like, I have this board. I don't know who Skip Fry is. I don't know, $100 for this old board. And you're like, what do you do when you know you're about to basically rip this person off?
You say thanks.
And take off.
Yeah.
Because they don't know what they got.
Not your fault.
All right. I'm sure I've sold stuff like that. I'm like, I don't. You've seen me at a garage sale. I'm like, $5.
You try to throw in just junk.
Yeah.
You don't have a good yard sale strategy, Chris.
No.
It's too much.
I'm the just
it's
give it away.
It's overwhelming.
I'm the Red Hot Chili Peppers.
You bring...
Give it away, give it away, give it away.
You bring unwashed shirts to your yard sale.
Those are vintage. Okay? Those are vintage shirts. And they're worth a lot to me. In 20 years, this will be at a yard sale.
True.
No, I think I'm keeping this.
I use them for rags. I clean my rims.
The significant other.
This is the last one.
You made the deal with them on the phone, but they sent their girlfriend, boyfriend, or mother to do the dirty work.
See, those are the people that rob you.
Really?
Yeah, I've seen this on Instagram.
So wait, what do you mean they rob?
They
actually rob?
They show up to the door, bing bong. Hi, I'm here to get the. My boyfriend sent me to get the.
And you open the door, and then
firewire.
4 dudes.
Yeah, and then 4 dudes come and they beat the shit out of you and rob you. I've seen Instagram.
You've seen the videos.
I know what happens.
Okay, well, just be careful with that
right.
one. Well, we need to leave some for people to go discover.
Okay.
I went around the horn. I went around the horn this morning, went to all the surf websites because I didn't know what was going on. This is an interesting one. Mick Fanning just listed a $4 million beach shack with a mini ramp in the living room.
Okay, mini ramp in the living room, bad idea.
I love it.
Bad idea.
Well, it's obviously an Airbnb, right?
Number one, your board's going to fly off and break something.
Hit your TV.
That is the most obvious.
Okay.
Number two, dusty. You think you want a mini ramp in your house until you have a mini ramp in your house.
Right. Have you had a mini ramp like in a garage or like
you think you want a mini ramp in your yard until you have a mini ramp in your yard.
I loved my mini ramp in my yard.
You know,
remember I had like a vert mini ramp.
I liked mine too, but then eventually it just becomes
a spider home,
a Black Widow farm, and then there's just unsavory people showing up at your house.
I just saw you peek out there, and when I just mentioned spiders, so I was walking to Panic and Coffee and Tea this morning, my dog, my lady.
Orb spider season.
Dude.
They're big. They don't bite. Well, they kind of bite.
Well, they don't bite, but...
They do bite, actually.
They tend to spin their webs right across the sidewalk. Yeah. This whole sidewalk over here is trees on both sides. There were some quarter-sized spiders lurking.
I had like a...
Lunkers, bro.
I swear, I almost crashed my car one day. I left my house in a tizzy to go to the airport one morning. I was late. It was in October. Walked through a spider web as I walked out of my, my front. And I was all, get in the car. I'm late for the airport, and I'm like whipping onto the I-5, and I feel a thud on my shoulder. It was the fucking biggest orb spider, dude. And I was like, wow, like swerving, weaving.
Jesus, what did you do?
Opened the window and gave that guy a flick.
Oh, how about this?
What's up?
This is kind of gnarly, and I don't know how this happened. And like, I know that my kids and me, we leave crumbs and stuff in the car. And I leave the windows down sometimes.
At night?
So a couple months ago, I get in my car, minivan, and I go put my foot on the gas, and there's like a hole. And I was like, I didn't know, I thought did something corrode? Did I spill coffee and it corroded in there? Did it like a burn hole? I'm not like I'm not smoking in my car. it was just a weird hole.
In the pedal.
In the under where the pedals are, on the floorboard. Mm-hmm. And so I kind of forgot about last week. I go and I investigate it, and I'm like looking in there. There's rat pellets in there.
Oh shit! You got rats in your car?
Dude, there was a rat in my car. I don't know. I don't think it's still in there. But what if it is?
It's not good.
You could
get hantavirus.
What do you do?
Rat traps.
In the car.
Yeah.
Don't tell my kids.
On the gas pedal.
Surprise. Yeah, that was a pretty rude awakening.
Don't be barefoot in your car. Dude. You got rats in your car.
At least one.
Jesus Christ. What the fuck?
Well, I found one in the
Ratatouille minivan.
I found a rat in the dumpster in the trash in front of my house. So hopefully that's him or her. But that was like...
What do you mean you found it?
I opened the trash can and it was dead in there.
Did you see the video online?
Poisoned it.
You see the video online the other day of the woman who fed like 3 raccoons one day, and then she came back and there was like 65 raccoons in her yard?
Oh, I love that. Raccoons are awesome.
Raccoons will fuck you up.
Yeah.
They are not nice.
They look nice if you're looking through a sliding glass window and they're outside.
Garbage pandas.
I love that. So I just posted on my Instagram a wetsuit review, first one of the season for me from the Colby Plus.
How'd you like it?
I liked it.
Smooth?
Very smooth.
Flexible?
Yamamoto rubber. Smooth, flexible, and I think my slight conundrum is I'm right in between a medium and a large. And I know there's different sizes. There's like a large short.
That's called a marge.
There's a marge. So it's slightly tight, but I think as wetsuits go, it's going to loosen up a little bit. And I mean, what I loved about it was 63, 64.
Water got warm again.
I was doing duck dives. It was super, just closed out, low tide, trash waves. No seepage here, no seepage in the wrist. That's kind of like my first thing. And then, of course, no pinhole water drops coming in and very smooth. So the Colby Plus, great wetsuit. And I'll be trying out Monera when I get back from El Salvador, which I'm leaving tomorrow to go to the ISA Masters World Championship.
How many weeks will you be there?
Only going to be there 8 days.
Okay.
But guess who's going to be there too? Surfing in the contest.
Don't know.
Ever heard of Tom Curran?
Oh, sick.
Oh, yeah. There's going to be some big names. This is
right.
going to be a fun one
All
to
right.
commentate.
Get a Tom Curran interview.
Well, because, listen, like, there's going to be, every surfer in this thing is going to have amazing stories.
What kind of a story do you think Tom Curran will tell you?
Well, no, we're going to be telling the stories.
I know, but you should try to get Tom Curran to tell you a story.
I've interviewed Tom Curran many, many times.
How is it? What's it like talking
It's
to Tom
interesting because I think that like the last full interview I did with him at Transworld was for an interview issue. I drove up to Santa Barbara. I met him at the skate park, and I'm recording, and I would ask him a question, like whatever. You remember when whatever question I asked him?
Do you remember the wave at J
and he would pause
Yeah.
for literally, and I remember transcribing it because we used to, at Transworld, you interview with the little recorder, plug it in, headphones, and you just transcribe it. 45 seconds to a minute pause after every question. And then the answer would be either, always thoughtful,
Right.
but slow. And Tom Curran is he's earned the right to make you wait for his answer, But it's going to be rad seeing him put on a jersey, and I think the list of surfers is going to be awesome. And when we do our remote Monday M.A.S S, which is tomorrow, basically, actually going to try to do it on Monday, we'll get you more info on the rest of the people there. But you should definitely watch it. It's going to be fun. There's going to be a lot of your favorite old school surfers in this event, and that's going to be at isasurf.org. So
cool.
Check them.
We'll check it.
Mid-show ad block, talking Panic Coffee and Tea. Got some right here.
I need to go there.
Panic Coffee
I
and
haven't
Tea.
eaten yet today.
And if you've seen the new Encinitas magazine, there's some great Panic Coffee and Tea shots in there, vintage style. Hold on, let me take a sip.
Cool. We have at New Greens. New Greens, right here. Check it out. One scoop a day will do you if you care about your health and you care about
For your health.
For your health.
For
if
your
you care about what goes in your body,
I do.
as well as how your body performs.
I care about what comes out of my body too.
Well, this will help it
You
come
know what
out.
I'm saying.
This helps it come out. It helps if you go in the right way, it comes out the right way.
Perfect.
And also,
Now that's a tagline I could get behind. If it goes in the right way, it comes out the right way.
That's right. And if you would like to die later, make sure that you take care of your body now.
Perfect. Pedal Electric, at Pedal Electric, the best e-bikes in the business. Bubs Naturals, at Bubs Naturals on the gram. Of course, joint health is health. Health is wealth. Joint health is wealth. If you want to stay skateboarding, snowboarding, surfing until infinity and beyond, Bubs Naturals. And look, Todd, you didn't notice my haircut?
You got a haircut?
I buzzed it.
I think it's kind of like, maybe it's risky to cut the hair now.
Like that could be my last haircut ever.
Like, do you ever think about that? I think about that sometimes.
Hair, it grows back better than ever.
I don't know.
Well, it's like when you cut your lawn. You might be worried at first, but then it's going to grow back.
Have you seen my lawn?
No.
It's brown.
Vessel Shipping, at Vessel app on the gram and at Vessel Shipping on the
Dude,
internet.
I've been using.
You did it, right?
I've been using Vessel this past week. I've shipped like 3 things. It's amazing.
Right?
It's the easiest damn thing.
I'm so glad you're on board.
It's great. You just print it out, and then you packing tape the label on the box, and you don't even have to. You just throw it at the people at the UPS store. Like, here's my box.
Do you know how many times? So before I had the vessel shipping, I would go to the post office and I would stand in front of the kiosk, and I had like 8 things.
Or the post office over here. I swear to God, the guy.
It's like 1968 over there.
Dude, the guy is like, he's going to, like, people are going to die in that line.
Yeah. That's why you need the Vessel app. Vessel app. VESYLAPP. It's the best. Yeah, we use it to ship everything. So if you ever ordered stickers or whatever from us, it's Vessel app. Mint Tours. We're going to talk about Mint Tours at Snow News. But it's coming. It's coming up.
We are going to Japan. That's what Godzilla represents. He represents everything that Japan has going for it.
And, of course, diecutstickers.com. Diecutstickers.com, the best in the business. We wouldn't trust our stickers with our great slogans and sayings with anyone else. But
look for my new Alta stickers that say anus instead.
They what? Can't wait. I can't wait. Just a quick hit on skate news, presented by Spy Optic. Happy birthday, Jamie Thomas, 50 years old.
I thought this was really interesting. Jamie Thomas, okay, he's got this new Warsaw shoe company out. But he's not a rider, apparently. He's apparently not riding for them. He just started a shoe brand.
Right.
And I think he's still wearing Savalis.
Really?
Yeah, I was having a conversation about this the other day. And it's a really interesting...
Are you sure?
Yeah, I think he's kind of like, he's fluid, he's shoe fluid. He's footwear fluid, which is kind of interesting. Like, can you start a company, but like, I don't know. I think it's kind of an interesting way to do things.
Oh my God.
Jamie Thomas he'll do whatever he wants to do.
So yeah, Warsaw footwear, Jamie Thomas, I believe he's putting together a 50-year-old skate park. And just as I open the Instagram, boom, we got Noah Bastion doing a board slide.
What?
At Swatch Nines.
Okay, so the Swatch 9 thing is really cool. It's at Waco. It's a whole bunch of really good surfers, really good skaters. I think there's some BMXers. It's just like a mishmash of action sports at Waco.
Dude, we blew it.
Kind of Lollapalooza.
We should be here. I saw, what is this?
There's like
another Noah Bastion clip. There's a clip of a BMXer doing like flat ground, and behind him, Matt Miola does like the most perfect upside down McTwist.
Like spindle flip or is double grab?
I don't know. Like I only saw it kind of quickly, but
it's just cool.
This looks amazing.
Grayson Fletcher skating like a really weird mini ramp.
They're putting like ramps
This is cool.
by the pool.
Yeah. More stuff like that. Make it weird. Swatch Nines always does such a good job of making really creative obstacles for. I mean, look how good they are for like the Swatch 9s they do for snowboarding.
Yeah.
It's one of the most intense obstacle-y.
I'm kind of mad that neither one of us is there.
Well, they didn't have the budget, Chris, because they spent it all on all this stuff.
Well, you know what? I'm going to be unselfish here and say that's more important.
Okay.
But next year, we should be there.
I have
surfing and skateboarding in the same place.
I have some news. I have some skate news that we can just parlay into snowboard news. Okay. So if you pay attention to the industry,
the action sports industry, I do sometimes.
A whole bunch of people just got let go by the Stone.
Volcom.
By Volcom. Grant
Which
Taylor,
has happened before many times.
It has many times before, but there's a couple like staples that I'm having a hard time wrapping my head around.
Yeah.
Grant Taylor is...
He got kicked. He got the boot. Let go from Volcom.
He got let go from Volcom. It's
not cool.
It's not cool. I mean, Grant Taylor,
But if you can't afford him, is it cooler to let him go now or to like drag it out?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, look, it's just sad to see that because he's such a fixture and like definitely one of the people that I associate with Volcom. Like I think Volcom, I think Grant Taylor.
Well, Remy Stratton was the longtime marketing /TM.
Yeah, Remy's also gone. And then into snowboard news, Jamie Lynn off the program, Brian Aguchi off the program.
Wow.
More off the program. It's
the whole team, basically.
It was a massive culling and I don't know, man. These budgets...
Volcall.
Budgets get squeezy.
Right. Well, I mean, I don't think they're done yet per se. I'm sure we have a friend or two that still work there, but this was a company that changed
Youth
everything.
against establishment.
They changed everything. When I was coming up, I remember like Volcom was they were the shit.
Yeah. Dude, they're still like, I mean, I still think that like 90% of the people have no idea, and Volcom still has that reputation in a lot of the world, but like, it's just after like all of these mergers happened, and it's like people come in there and the bottom line becomes more important than the culture, and that is a huge, they're two things that are at odds with each other. I mean, obviously you need to sell product, but like when your philosophy goes from we're going to make the coolest stuff for the coolest people to we're going to stack them deep and sell them cheap just to get volume. Yeah. It's an icky part of the industry that I wish didn't exist right now.
Are there companies that are still, so like Volcom's heyday, for example, you got Wooly, Troy Eckert, Remy, you got these just rad people on top, right? Top layer
Rune
of people.
Glifberg, you're thinking about
I'm talking like in the company, right? Yeah. And you have, like the surf team managers, like all these just rad people that are very protective. Mm-hmm. And they drink the Kool-Aid and they're all in.
Yeah,
right?
But the problem is, I think, is you spend, and the next thing you know,
you got to sell.
Right, but also you have to sell your brand because the brand is no longer going to exist, and
because it's so big.
No, because they probably overspent, because they figured that it's just the way it's just the brand goes up for sale. The people that invested in the brand want to get out. Wooly got out. I mean, Troy got out. Like all the original owner people are pretty much gone.
Right.
So it's like they made their money, but
maybe they were just kind of like at the same time because it gets so big, and there's so much happening. It's like, you know what? This is not the brand that I had drinking the Kool-Aid. That was awesome.
But it's just sad to see because like if you came up in the '90s, you hold brands like Volcom in very high regard. Yeah. And it's just sad to see that go. It's sad to see any team have to like swing a hatchet.
Is it possible for them to come back?
Well, sure.
For a brand like, let's say, a brand like Volcom, is there a world where something happens and like you think of Hurley right now, like Hurley, they have these pockets that do cool things, right? Well, like, but then they have like they're selling e-bikes. There's like what's that model called where you're a bike company,
you're licensee. So I think that there's a big opportunity there, but the question is, where's the capital coming from? Because if you think about like Quicksilver and Volcom and Hurley and Billabong and Rip Curl, that's the records at your parents' house, right? Okay, like
they give you a good feeling when you see them.
It's Led Zeppelin, it's the Rolling Stones, it's Van Halen, it's the oldies,
Steely Dan.
It's Steely Dan. So
Steely Dan.
I think there's room for some new bands to be dropped in there, but you have to create a new sound. You can't just replicate. I mean, right now I feel like the industry as a whole, all across all three genres, is all about replicating what was done in the 90s. Right. Which is kind of cool to see because I think we had some really cool things happen in that time period, but there's a lot of those ideas and ideologies that don't fly right now because it was a shitload of money and you could put money behind a derelict as a marketing campaign. You know what I mean? But now you're just derelict and there's no money behind it. So
well, I look at what my kids wear, and they wear like polar big boy jeans, right? They love those things, and they wear like Rose Street Skate Shop t-shirts. Mm-hmm. They wear, hockey. They wear skate brands. They're not like they skate. They're not hardcore skaters, but that's what all the kids dress like right now.
Yeah, they're skate adjacent.
There's also like in high school or junior high and high school, like a white t-shirt to school. Like I wouldn't do that.
Why?
Because I wanted a cool logo.
Yeah.
I want to be sponsored. I want to look like I'm like part of something. But I feel like nowadays it's like there's a lot of blank shirts out there. I was at that Best Friends Forever Fest, and I just curiosity. I was like, what shoes are people wearing?
What shoes? The Vans?
No. Barely any Vans.
What'd you see?
Comfort shoes.
Yeah, well, and you get to a
Like
certain
walk.
age.
Well, this was a festival for adults. But
I walked 2 miles in Seattle last week in skate shoes, and my shin splints were going fucking crazy,
I
dude.
told you what to buy.
I know. I haven't had the time. I've been busy with other stuff.
Well, there's the internet.
And this is snowboard news brought to you by Mint Tours.
And this is.
And we are going to Japan again.
Yeah.
And that's
Are
happening.
those spots get? We had. I think we had 2 spots.
It's totally full again.
It's full.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you know, this trip, these Mint Tour trips are incredible. You've got so many options. We're not necessarily guides. We're just entertainment directors, right? We've got local guides there to bring you to the honey holes. We'll be with you, to ride with you, to entertain you, to talk to you, to just become, basically you're going to become our friend. Hopefully.
Yeah, you're buying our friendship.
You're buying our friendship. No, we're just there to have a good time with our crew. And I think a lot of the other ones, it's like, you know, you're going to draw some inspiration of riding with Todd, and you're going to have some sympathy riding with me. You're going to probably be somewhere in the middle.
We know a lot of the people that are in the crew that's going over.
Yeah,
it's going to be a
awesome.
super fun time.
And if you missed out on the Monday M.A.S.S tour, which is our first one ever, and hopefully we're going to do this every year for the rest of our lives.
There's a lot more
There's a bunch
of them,
of other tours.
And the new one that just got announced is with Austin Sweeten and Board Slide.
Wait, I want to go on that one.
Is the week following ours, but it's not
in the same town.
It's not in Hokkaido.
Okay.
It is in the main island in Hakuba. So Hakuba.
How do I get there?
Actually, it's not in Hakuba. It's up north. It's almost to Hokkaido.
In the polar circle?
Like Amore, that zone, I think.
Oh, that's Amore.
It's a little higher up on the map. But anyways,
I mean, Austin
go to
Sweeten.
Mint Tours and check it out.
I would love to be on a trip with Austin Sweeten. Oh, I have snow news. Congratulations to our guy Mikey LeBlanc. He is now the head of sales and marketing at Cole Headwear.
I had a conversation with Mikey last week, and I was to be like straight up. I'm like, what do you do at a hat company to make it cool?
Right.
What can you do?
Yeah, I think if anyone can do it, it's Mikey, right?
He's got a lot of ideas.
Yeah,
there's a lot of ideas. I personally think being a beanie brand, you're very limited,
right,
by how cool you can make
hats.
Beanies and hats, but still, it's like you can't. What the fucking?
Well,
it's a beanie,
marketing,
dude.
but it's marketing.
It is marketing
because you're like, this is what this brand.
Right.
I want to be identified with this brand. I want to either be supported by or support this brand, right? And so, if Cole
bottom line is that it's a huge product category that they can come in and experiment in.
Yeah.
I think you're very much limiting yourself if you are a beanie and hat company, because.
But what if you do beanies and hats at a really high level for a good price, and your marketing slick? You got a team. Mm-hmm. People are like, team's sick.
Teams cost money.
Yeah.
Teams cost money. So now your price point goes up on your beanies, and then someone will sell a beanie that doesn't have marketing behind it, that looks the same as your beanie because they're all made in the same factory. You have to diversify with the companies these days. I don't think it's enough to be a hat company.
Okay.
So there we go.
But Mikey LeBlanc is going
to be that person.
Yeah. And
he just had a binding launch with Union, which I think is really cool because Mikey's the shit. And
they're sending some hats too.
That's very cool.
Yeah.
Also, big news on the snowboard team front this past week. We had the Tree Amigos. Because it's Arbor Snowboards has Red Gerard, Big Air Jared Elliston, and they've added Danny Cass.
Damn.
To the program.
That's like a pretty solid hot beef injection of riders.
It's kind of a hot beef injection. The Danny Cass one was a bit of a wild card for people, I think, because I think there's been like a lot of, like, why not put somebody new on there?
But you got a legend.
Yeah, totally.
Guy who's like on top of the world right now and a rising star.
Yeah, you basically have a way of, I guess, an anchor point. But I can see the questions that are asked about like what, like you're spending money on someone that's that's
An icon.
an icon.
Right.
So,
But do icons sell
well, look,
more
I'm,
boards
I'm
than...
right in that same zone, dude.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just, you know,
Oh, well, that's the biggest snow news
that is,
we got here at the Monday
we'll
M.A.S.
get to that, but
We're
just
getting to it.
I just want to, like, rebooting a brand, and if I'm going to have a board with my name on it, I'm going to fucking kill myself to have...
Well, don't do that.
But you know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to, like, phone it in. Like,
Right.
it's just not me. I won't phone... Like, I will go out there and I will chuck, like, and pretend that it's still the 90s.
Okay.
I don't know what's going to happen, but I'm going to go and do that because I've just got the most gnarly imposter syndrome on the planet my entire career. So it's like...
But don't, like yourself, a Danny Cass, you know, a Mikey LeBlanc, you say he just had bindings come out.
All I can
with his
say
name
is
on it.
if you are going to be put on a brand, and I beg this of all the dudes, I want to see some new Dan Cass footage. I don't
Okay.
want to see footage from the old Grenade video, which we all love, and Danny is a fucking champ. He's got 2 silver medals. He's like one of the gnarly... He's probably got the best style that's ever happened in the hop.
But has he earned,
Oh,
he earned the right to cruise with his name on a board? That's a question.
I don't think anyone should ever cruise. I don't think that that's... I think that that's the caveat here, is like, if you're going to put your name on a board, you don't cruise. Like, we want to see... Like, people want to see you on that new board. We want to see you...
But you don't have to try new tricks.
No, you don't have to try new
do
tricks,
your
but-
tricks.
Right. We just want to see...
Yeah.
We just want to see the effort.
But you don't like. But you just like. I don't think you have to have that imposter syndrome yourself.
No, but it doesn't.
Danny,
It doesn't matter
that
what
group.
I'm completely different. Like, I'm a fucking head case. I'm a
You are a
I'm a
pretty
therapist's
weird guy.
wet dream.
You do need therapy.
All I'm saying is that when the boards go out to the when companies pick up these legendary riders that
Yeah.
made a huge impact, 10, 15, 20 years ago, and they give them a signature board, I want to see new footage.
Okay.
Because I want not like to like prove anything, but I just want to see it. I want to like have the nostalgia again.
Right.
So I think that's my answer to the people that say, why the hell are these people going to put old heads on? But
Yeah.
also the old heads speak to the people with the money these days.
That's the point,
the
right?
kids don't have. I mean, just by the way the U.S. is working right now. What are you doing?
I'm opening your live because there's some good questions on here.
I can't see it.
Okay, I got one. Have you discussed Line and Armageddon snowboards yet?
Oh yeah. Did you know that Line snowboards make skis now?
No.
Okay, so this is funny. I think this is so Line skis. I believe it's a tongue-in-cheek thing. Has decided to make snowboards.
Oh, like as a gag?
I don't know if it's a gag. I mean, it's really happening, but I think that I would like. In my gut feeling, there's people snickering, being like, you know what? I'm just gonna fucking throw a grenade into this room and see what happens, because it's.
But Line has been making high level skis forever.
Right, and they've got some of the gnarliest skiers on the planet.
Right.
And now they're making snowboards, which is like, look, like K2 makes snowboards,
To
and
troll
people are always talking shit on
they make
K2, like,
great
oh,
boards.
K2 makes fucking skis, and now a ski company, like a Line ski company, whatever.
But
It's
K2
just-
got away with it for years, and they made great snowboards with the sick team.
K2 has been in snowboarding since day fucking one.
Yeah.
dude. I don't give a
So
shit.
people can't, yeah. So
Who
maybe,
cares?
so people shouldn't be talking about Line either.
Are they spending money on marketing within the industry? Are they
Are they
giving?
paying for events?
riders? Are they paying for events?
Travel
Yeah, they are.
budget?
So,
Okay.
so there you go. You can't really argue with that. But I just think it's funny. I think the Line skis thing is hilarious. That just popped like 2 days ago.
Was there I remember a snowboard with the graphics were skis.
Oh, that was the LibTech. LibTech used to sell They sold skis one year just to be funny. Really skinny snowboards sold separately.
Yeah.
It's so fucking good.
I like that.
Yeah.
Actually, you were getting props in the Monday M.A.S. Direct messages from the Hood Report podcast.
Oh yeah, these guys are freaking awesome. The Hood Report dudes are like this kind of like a cultural preservation thing for Mount
Right.
Hood and the legend of Mount Hood and like living in government camp year round.
Yeah, I love that.
And Welch's and the surrounding areas. And I think it's so cool. I think it popped today or yesterday. They were just asking to tell some fun stories from skating at Hood, because I used to just go to Mount Hood. Basically, I mean, it was like I would go there to snowboard, but I was really just going to skate vert because they had such a good vert scene there.
Yeah.
Back in the day.
It's a good comment here from Brady Faradid.
What did he say?
If they make a good board and support the community, fucking epic.
That's what I mean. It's
Yeah.
like if you're gonna be a brand,
Good comment.
there's so many brands that are in the algorithm now. Like
They're
let's,
in,
you know,
the,
for
in
instance,
the computer?
For instance, Dope Snow and Montec, they don't really give anything back to the industry. So if a predominantly a ski company comes and makes a snowboard,
Yes.
like, and they give back to the community in some form or fashion, cool,
Okay.
fucking cool.
So be it.
Yeah.
I'm just opening some maybe potential questions here. So far, so good, though, huh?
What, this podcast on a Wednesday?
So far, so good on a Wednesday.
I don't know. It's all right.
It's okay. It's not as good as the Hood Report.
It's all right.
What do we got here?
All right. So this is the question part.
Mallory wants to know how to score some stickers. I sent them. Oh, I hope I didn't spoil your husband's birthday. Yeah, it was a birthday question.
Apparently, this is the question portion.
Madzig says, hey, yeah, my friend was stalking your profile all day. I don't know where she came across your profile, but she did, and she's def crushing on you.
What?
I'm going to accept that one. That's fake.
What is that
That's
bullshit?
a bot.
You're
That's
a bot.
fake.
You should just. Can you have
That is fake.
Will you please have a relationship with a bot?
I have a girlfriend.
Just for the podcast.
No.
Why not?
So we could check in weekly with my bot. Because I have a human relationship. This is a question from DJ, DC Jones. What up? Monday M.A.S.S question. Chris and Todd, Mac Dog Productions recently made a political post on Instagram responded to by lots of angry snowboarders. Righteous or bad idea?
Do whatever you want. It's your freaking Instagram. Freedom of speech.
Yeah.
That's all we have these days is being able to run your mouth. But what do they say? Or what did Public Enemy say? Freedom of speech, just watch what you say.
Oh, yeah. And I didn't see it, so I don't know exactly. I just think right now it's like people are going to be getting political.
Look, if you're willing to take the heat, say whatever the fuck you want.
I think a lot of times people just, and I'm not saying this about MacDog, I didn't read the post, but I know like a lot of other posts on Instagram, people will say something because they know it will get a rise out of, what is like Howard Stern's thing? You know, like half the people, or 40% of the people follow you because they love you, 60% of the people follow you because they hate you, and they want to know what you say next so they can hate on you.
Haters power the algorithm.
Yeah, I mean, I think I would have a lot more followers if I posted some hateful shit, but I just...
What if the Monday M.A.S.S just became a political podcast next week? Like, just, we don't have, we
No
are
action.
so uninformed, and we are just an opinion-based political podcast starting next week. Until the election.
We would probably do great.
We probably do
With
fantastic.
tons of numbers, we would be killing it.
Yeah.
And I don't think a lot of the people that talk about politics know much about it. I mean, I don't know.
I think we should switch it up.
Try not to watch those shows. Devin Curran says, Monday M.A.S.S on a Wednesday. How many times has that happened?
More than would like to
About
admit.
a dozen?
Look, it's just because Chris fucked up the name in the beginning.
Right.
It's not.
But that name, Monday M.A.S.S, holds us accountable.
Brady says best political. We could be a political action sports podcast, a completely uninformed political podcast about nothing.
Right.
Featuring
and we could
action
just, like,
sports.
we could just say a name, insert snowboarder name here is a communist or whatever. We could just
You just went with communist,
dox
Chris?
people. Uninformed, no facts.
What if we just
let's go?
We should just SWAT ourselves.
Oh, call
The
the SWAT
FBI.
team on
Yeah.
us.
On ourselves.
Damn.
Live.
Dude, that would get some views.
Do you think do people still get swatted? I think people get killed getting swatted. Didn't someone die?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, don't SWAT your friends.
Don't SWAT your friends.
I got a show announcement here coming up.
Good, because I'm starving.
Okay, so at the Casbah on October 29th, I'm going to be DJing with Hantu and Cardio.
That's a busy week for you because you have
Oh,
that,
yeah.
and then you're straight into Halloween heat at the Belly Up.
That's right.
You don't stop moving.
October 31st.
You're like a job shark.
The world's greatest Halloween dance party costume contest. So yeah, tomorrow I'm going to El Salvador for the ISA Masters. Shit, Friday at Soma. I bought tickets to Show Me the Body and High Vis. I can't go. I think I'm giving those to Jesse. We got Black Angels at Belly Up on October 19th. Can't go. Swatch things happening all week.
Are we just going through your
Calendar.
right now?
October 25th, when I get back from El Salvador, I'm going to Air Supply
What's that?
on a date.
What's that?
Air Supply at Humphreys.
Oh, I thought you said Air Supply Hump.
I'm going to hump the members of Air Supply. Rocket from the Crypt is playing on October 26th.
Yeah, you got a lot going on.
Sammy Jr.
All right, look.
Cars Band's playing.
I'm hungry.
I'm getting a tattoo with Crap Man.
Gives a shit about this stuff.
On November 2nd, the California Surf Museum Surf Gala.
Oh my god.
It's also Day of the Dead.
Only 100 and
ISA Parasurfing Games coming up.
we're closing in on.
Red Cars at the Belly Up.
It's only like 70 shopping days left till Christmas. All right, so
Black Friday starts tomorrow.
That's our Monday Mass on a Wednesday. Chris is going to be in El Salvador next week. We're going to do one of these.
Yeah, we're by any means
It's
necessary.
going to be a fucking train wreck.
What if you got a guest host, and I'll call in?
I don't like anybody.
Okay, but you like me.
I'll look for people.
Okay.
I
All right. Well, that's
tolerate
it
you.
for now.
Bye, you guys. Have a pleasant Wednesday.
Yeah. I mean Monday.
See you later. That was good. We're in, we're out. Now I get to go to quick.